Appearances can be deceiving. How does someone who seems so ordinary commit crimes that leave entire communities horrified? This is the story of Alex Ray Scott, an unsuspecting figure hiding unimaginable darkness. Alex Ray Scott, born and raised in Oklahoma, appeared to live an ordinary and unremarkable life. Working in property management and as a member of the Cherokee Nation, Scott was a fixture in the community, often attending local events and contributing to various causes. To the outside world, Scott seemed like a typical, hard-working individual with deep ties to the people around him. Friends described Scott as calm and composed, someone who didn't attract attention or stir trouble. But beneath this seemingly benign exterior lay a hidden side of Alex Ray Scott that no one could have imagined. A master of deception, Scott's true nature was concealed behind a facade of normalcy and respectability. Those who crossed paths with Scott had little inkling of the darkness lurking within, a shadowy life marked by disturbing secrets and sinister plans. The world would soon discover that the person they thought they knew was far from what Scott appeared to be. In September 2018, Alex Ray Scott's seemingly stable life took a dark turn with serious allegations. He was accused of forcing a 5-year-old boy, the child of a coworker, to engage in oral sex. This horrific act of child sexual abuse stunned the community and set off a series of legal troubles. Before he could be questioned by authorities, Scott abruptly quit his job and fled the state. By October 2018, he was apprehended in Long Island, where he claimed he was there to kill himself. After a psychiatric evaluation, Scott was extradited back to Tulsa, Oklahoma to face the charges. In July 2019, a judge reduced his bond to $100,000 under the condition that Scott wear an ankle monitor and Sgram bracelet to track alcohol consumption. Despite these conditions, Scott exploited a loophole by requesting to move to Sallisaw. This request was a ruse. He used it to disappear again, missing several check-ins and leading to a bench warrant for his arrest. His disappearance from the legal system set the stage for more violent crimes to come. In August 2019, Alex Ray Scott's criminal behavior escalated to an unimaginable level. While still evading his prior legal troubles, Scott committed a brutal murder in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. His victim was Robin Skoctopol, a 63-year-old man from whom Scott was renting a room. The murder was particularly gruesome. Scott used both a chainsaw and a manual saw to dismember Skoctopol's body. The violence was so extreme that it left Skoctopol's house stained with blood and body parts scattered in a nearby creek. Scott attempted to cover his tracks by fabricating a story about Skoctopol's whereabouts and sending misleading emails. The body parts of Skoctopol were discovered 3 months later, revealing the horrifying nature of Scott's crime. After this murder, Scott fled Oklahoma, leading to a period of evasion and further criminal activity that would culminate in another heinous act in New York. The murder of Kenneth Savinsky. In January 2020, Alex Ray Scott's crime spree continued with the murder of Kenneth Savinsky, a 64-year-old antique dealer from New York. Scott met Savinsky through a dating app, and their encounter quickly turned violent. On January 27, 2020, Savinsky was found murdered in his Upper East Side apartment. He had been attacked with a decorative plate, a kitchen knife, and possibly even a pen, suffering severe head injuries and a slit throat. 2 days later, Scott walked into a Manhattan police station, covered in blood, and confessed to the murder, stating, "I think I may have killed someone last night." CCTV footage showed Scott leaving the apartment in Savinsky's jacket and counting money with injured hands, having also stolen Savinsky's credit cards. Scott used one of these cards to book a hotel room in New Jersey before turning himself in. This act of fleeing and later confessing revealed the extent of Scott's violent behavior and set the stage for his eventual prosecution. While awaiting trial, Scott began transitioning into a woman, a process that involved the use of taxpayer funds for hormone treatments and other medical procedures. This transformation occurred while Scott was incarcerated at Rikers Island, where she was placed in a facility for female adults and adolescents. The decision to provide gender-affirming care to a convicted criminal sparked significant public debate and outrage. Many questioned the ethics and necessity of funding such treatments for individuals who had committed severe crimes, highlighting concerns about how taxpayer money is used in the criminal justice system. Despite the controversy, the transition proceeded as Scott continued to face legal proceedings for her horrific crimes. As Scott's legal battles unfolded, her defense attorney argued that she had no recollection of the murders due to possible drug use or mental health issues. Despite these claims, the evidence against Scott was overwhelming. In court, Scott pleaded guilty to second-degree murder for the killing of Kenneth Savinsky and was sentenced to 22 years to life. Additionally, she received a 45-year sentence for the murder of Robin Skoktopol in Oklahoma. The case highlighted the complexities of justice, particularly when dealing with individuals who commit severe crimes and then undergo significant personal transformations. As Scott prepares to serve her sentences in New York and Oklahoma, the case remains a sobering reminder of the dark side of human nature and the challenges of administering justice. Don't forget to check out another video on criminal cases. And let's keep the conversion going.